Hello and welcome to an all-new episode of Men and Women Talk, the Mars Venus Show. I am one of your hosts, Kente, all the way live from Los Angeles, California. And once again, I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. I am here with my beautiful and talented co-host, Rashim. How are you doing, Rashim?
Good like a piece of wood.
Good like a piece of wood. Okay. That's what's up.
All right.
So,
All right.
I always got to know, because since this is a Monday night show, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. I saw Birth of a Nation today.
Oh, okay. Did you like it?
I did like it.
Okay. So, I have not seen it yet, but I plan to see it this week. So, he did? Okay, that's good. He's going through quite a bit with this movie, and I don't know if you guys seen him on The Breakfast Club when he was talking about it, and I find it very interesting that some of the things he had to say. So it's a very good interview. So if you want to see Nate Parker on The Breakfast Club, I suggest you guys check that out. But I'm glad that you are here with us. And do you guys hear an echo?
I do.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Maybe I should get headphones.
All right. Oh, Kelly's here too. All right. So now do you guys hear the echo still? Okay.
I don't hear one.
All right, cool. That's what's up. All right. So today I am so fortunate to be in the midst of such wonderful ladies. We're doing our all women panel today. And I'm so happy we have such heavyweights on this show. And this is the first time that we are actually stretching with Huzzah is able to do, because we have currently 3 guests and then plus our 2 hosts. So we're just waiting for Rashim to come back in the picture. Yeah, I know, right? All right, so we're just waiting for Rashim to come back, but let's introduce our lovely panel. And I'm going to start off with this young lady. Her name, we know her as So Steph.
Yeah.
And she has a show on Thursdays. How are you doing, Steph?
I'm great. How are you? How was your weekend?
My weekend was wonderful. And tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about your show on Thursday. And also, too, for those who may not know, why do you call yourself So Steph? So also include that.
So I would say that I got this name from a group of friends that I chat with and have been in a chat room with for about 20 some odd years. They were like, so when Twitter first came about, they were like, you should get the name So Steph. You should get it, because if you don't get it, somebody else is going to get it. So I just started using it on social media. And then I do have a show on Thursday nights, Hers, Mine, and Yours, with Rashim, the lovely Rashim. So we talk a little bit about relationships. We've done shows about stress management, friendships, how to maintain them, being a single mom, just different things that affect us women. So that's a little bit about me. And then in my regular life, I work in information security. So I'm kind of like a reluctant sort of blogger, but I'm here and I've been enjoying it.
Yeah. So me and Steph, we share Rashim together. So
yeah, it's a threesome.
Yeah, we had to work it out.
Y'all are nasty. I can get out this show.
We had to work it out, and I get her on Sundays, and she gets her on other days.
I get the pleasure of.
That don't even sound right, Rashim. That don't sound right.
See, I wasn't going there, but oh well. Also joining us, we have this lady. I've come to know her for a little bit now, and I just think she's wonderful. You may see her sometimes on the Dr. Vibe show, as well as I know you have other programs that you're involved with as well. Is Danielle Booz? How are you doing, Danielle?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here.
So tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
Well, actually, I'm not doing Dr. Vibe's show anymore, but I was doing a women's show with him. And recently, I've been focusing on finishing up this licensure so I can be a licensed clinician in the mental health field. So I do that and have a nonprofit where we work with young people in the community, helping with daily living skills.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, and I'm looking forward to hearing your take on tonight's show. And
thanks for having me.
Thank you. And our returning champ, this lady, this is her third appearance now on this season of the show, is backed by popular demand, is Angie from Black Love United. So for the few people that haven't yet had the pleasure of hearing your wonderful thoughts, tell us a little bit about yourself and Black Love United.
Black Love United is a marriage group to target and help the African American community stay married and have fun in marriage, talk about issues that we don't normally talk about. I am a minister, but I don't necessarily believe that we just keep certain conversations out of the church. So we do our own little things. We have events and groups, and we just love talking about marriage. I enjoy you guys. I don't know how I get to be backed by popular demand, but I'll take it. I get a chance to run my mouth.
All right. Well, you know what? I would have to say the couple of times we've had you on, we've got a lot of really good feedback about you. So,
well, I'm glad. I'm glad.
So the two shows that you've been on, last week's show,
that was impromptu. Now
that was impromptu.
I wasn't ready.
It was.
You sent me an invite. I had to go and put on the shirt real quick. I wasn't ready.
And then Christian Sex was the other show you were on, and I don't want people to get anything out of. It just happened to be the two shows that she put on. So I figured it'd be good to have you on this show because then, it'll be something a little different.
So I have some spending time.
There you go. All right. So a couple of weeks ago, we had an all-male panel. And with this all-male panel, I put out a survey. I think most of you ladies took it, right? Except for Rashim. She took it on the show. And the survey basically were some general questions that were towards the ladies about men. And the idea was we wanted to know if the men could guess what the answers were. And I thought the men did okay. They did okay. They were completely wrong on some of the questions. So I thought it would only be right that we would do the survey and these will be towards the men. And now tonight, you ladies will try to figure out how the guys voted. And we changed it up a little bit because, some of the questions I didn't really feel like suited the ladies. I'm sorry, the men to answer like the ladies did. So anyway, that'll be just a little bit later. But I think a good place to start off with is we always like to start off at the beginning, and I like to get a little background about yourself. And being that Rashim, it was all about the fellas. Rashim can definitely add to this as well. A couple of weeks ago, so I think I'm gonna start off with you, Steph. So the first question we asked the fellas was, at what point in your early life did you find yourself attracted to a certain fella, and that you were interested in this guy? And, maybe he came at you, you came at him. Can you think about when?
I remember in first grade I had a crush on a boy.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about it.
Named Eric. He's actually on my Facebook, and he wrote me a really sweet note last Valentine's Day. Because he had a crush on me too, but we were only 5 or 6. But like a serious crush, I would say there was a boy named Larry in my 8th grade class, and I just thought that he was just the finest thing ever. I mean, I had it bad, and the hormones were pumping. Like, it was bad. It was bad. Like, I would send notes to him in class. We didn't have any classes together, and I would send notes through girls that I knew that had a class with him. So some of the things I'm ashamed I wrote in there. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I was right about him. He's still fine. And
that's a good thing.
And I saw him in Marshall's one day, and I turned the corner and I wanted to crawl under whatever rack towel rack. I don't know what that was because
Now, why is that? Why do you want to crawl
because
somewhere?
of the shit that I wrote in some of them notes. That's what.
You probably like
Crazy
this
stuff. Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine. But you know, when you're 13 and you're just like really curious and you have a major crush on a boy, it's just it was rough. And then I was kind of like, I slimmed down a little bit, so I was getting more attention from boys, you know. So yeah, so that was like my first like serious crushes in my head, like that I can recall.
Okay. All right, Danielle, it's on you. So can you think of the first guy that you had a big crush on?
I'm sure I was in like kindergarten. No, I don't.
Where you can actually do something.
I always thought that boys were cute. I think that was kind of like the thing. I think a serious one. Sometime in middle school. I can't pinpoint the actual year or the actual guy. Kind of hazy.
It was so many guys.
So many.
There was so many to choose from, you know. Like Monday he's cute, Tuesday he's cute, Wednesday he's cute. It was just like
okay.
I was playful in school. I really didn't take dating seriously, you know. Like that whole have a boyfriend, spend the rest of your life with them was never something I wanted to sign up for.
Oh, and do you carry that on to today?
To some degree.
She ain't changed. You ain't getting her affections, but for a minute.
I know that's right.
Hilarious.
Player.
All right, what about you, Angie?
You didn't read my comments. Don't ask me this question. I don't know. You gotta give me these questions ahead of time. I don't know. I've been liking boys since I was little. I don't know who and when and where I'm with her. If I was in kindergarten or something, I don't know. I've been liking boys ever. I don't have an answer for that one. You gotta prepare me.
Can you think about the first date you went on?
I went to the fair with a guy that I was dating. His mom and my mom were friends, but he had a baby mama and some drama, so it wasn't quite the best date. That's when I first found out about baby mamas.
Wait a minute, your first date? Wait, how old were you?
I think I was like 15, 16. So I was older. Like I didn't, because my parents were kind of strict growing up. So, you know, I didn't do a lot of going around, being around.
Okay, so the first date you went on had children already.
She was pregnant. I didn't know she was pregnant. It was his ex-girlfriend. But then she came in the corner. I was like, wait, what is that in front of you? I was a little naive, trying to figure out if she swallowed a watermelon or whatever. What the devil is that?
Hilarious.
What is that?
That's a selfie. They call it a selfie. All right. So, what about you, Rasheem? Can you remember the first date you went on? Did we lose Rasheem again?
Rasheem was having some problems tonight.
If I could call it a date, first movie I went to go see with a boy was it was a movie. It was some type of wrestling movie.
Oh,
with Zeus. The black.
Right, I know what you mean.
I don't remember. Yeah, like way back in the day, it was me, him, and his older brother. That's it, right? No holds bars. That was my first. I guess you could call it a date. I don't know. It was with a boy.
Well, let's hope.
But yeah,
I hope it was with a boy.
Say that again. You never.
And
know.
how old were you?
I was probably about 13.
Oh, okay. You was
about 13.
He was kind of.
Yeah, I don't think either of us saw it. Like, I think he might have. Now that I think he might have saw it as a date. I didn't really see it as a date. It was like he was my friend and he was a boy and we was going to the movies. But I learned later on that, you know, he was feeling like it was a date.
Of course, that's.
Oh yeah. You know,
we're usually.
You know, it's real interesting too because a lot of times you'll be involved with someone and you haven't really defined what it is. Mm-hmm. So then at a certain point, you're like, like you're taking her around somebody, and then you'll be like, yeah, this is my girlfriend. like you ain't really thought about it until that moment where you got to kind of say, I guess that she is. I guess she kind of is my lady here.
You got to find a name to introduce her. You're like, this is my
You can't say this is the joke.
You can't say fuck buddy.
Right.
That's not gonna
no. If you say the wrong thing, you won't get none.
Right.
Exactly.
Put you kind of in a weird spot.
I had a really bad habit for the longest time. I mean, when I say longest time, I mean up until being married, of introducing guys and guys that I was dating and in a relationship with as my friend. But I felt like people in my family know what I meant when I said this is my friend. And guys would always be like, why you keep introducing me to your people as your friend? And what's interesting is even once I got married, I wouldn't say my friend no more. I would say this is my sweetheart or my boo or whatever. And he's like, I need you to say I am your husband.
Yeah. Because you'll be like on the show, you'll be like, yeah, Derek. I'm like, who the hell's Derek? Like, oh, I mean, your husband? Your husband. You're like,
because I feel like he has a name and an identity, and I want to,
No,
I don't know.
Cedric don't have a name. He just Angie husband.
When I think of men, like if a man introduces a woman as my friend or a woman doing that, to me, that's like old school Southern player type of an old school. They say this is my friend, as my lady friend.
Right.
That's where I like my mama and her friends say that. Right.
Right, yeah.
But they claim each other. It's just like that's just how they introduce themselves. So that's kind of what it makes me think of.
Mm-hmm. And
that's probably where I get it from, because my mom was definitely a player.
Oh.
And my aunt.
Your mom was a pimp.
Get it, mama? Get it?
Yeah. My mom and my aunt, they were both like, yeah, this is my friend. So I just kind of.
Has it ever happened to you where you thought you were in a relationship, but
say that again, Kente?
Have you ever been in a situation where you thought you were in a relationship with a person, but then you realized they didn't necessarily view it the same way? That maybe you're like, oh, we're homies. Oh,
where I was in a relationship and didn't know I was in a relationship, but I've never had it happen the opposite way.
Because she's a pimp. She just told you she's a pimp. I told you she's a pimp.
I want people to know something about our buddy here, Rasheen, aka The Body. She's lived a very charmed life. Never had a guy do her wrong. She's only had every guy opens the door for her.
That is not true.
She doesn't even know. She can't relate to Lifetime at all. Because everything is just roses for the body over here.
That is inaccurate.
All of
most of the guys have been awesome.
Huh?
I feel like most of the guys have been pretty awesome, but not everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it good there. You gotta write a book.
Say that.
You gotta write a book about it, Rasheen.
Tell us. I need a how-to manual.
Yeah, I find that really, really interesting, though. So, before we get into our questionnaire, too, there's a couple of other things that I want to get to about our relationship with each other, men and women. And so, one of the toughest things about relationships is integrating them into the rest of your life, right? I know it's something difficult for me. So, and you ladies all have children, and Angie, she is married, so as well as Rasheen, so you don't have that issue. But when you have, children, or forget just the children, just integrating someone into your life, whether it be your other friends, your family, and stuff like that. At what point? We'll start off with you, Steph. Where you realize that this person I'm with, I want them to be a part of your life fully.
Um, okay, so I probably only dated two people that I wanted to integrate into my life, like with family.
Mhm.
And those are people that I would consider marrying at some point. So I don't know. I guess if I feel like I could be with this person for that length of time and we foresee us being together and I feel like I'm best friends with this person and this, that, and other. Now, I've been in some long distance relationships, so integrating people into my life is a little bit different when you're dating long distance. So when they come for holidays, you have to kind of say, okay, well, I want him to meet my mom for Christmas, or, it's just, bringing them around more often, talking to them if they're long distance, talking to your family about them so they're aware of the person, letting your mom know, okay, he lives in such and such a place and he's doing this for a living, his family's from here. So she has some idea of what the person is like, their background. So she's just not caught off guard when she meets them if you're long distance. Now, if the person's local, I think it's just gradual. And it just depends on the pace that you want to go. But I can't say that it's a certain point, like, okay, he did this, now he can meet my mama. It's organic. You just have to go off. To me, I go off of my instincts. So but now I have a kid, so I just can't bring any Tom, Dick, or Harry around. So
yeah, or Larry, Moe, or Curly either.
Yeah.
Now, what about you, Danielle? I have a feeling. This is my gut feeling, and you tell me if I'm wrong. It's probably real difficult to get next to Danielle.
It's not impossible, but it can be a challenge at times. It just depends. So I've been a mom my whole adult life because I had my daughter when I was 16. So I've always been, it's felt like a mom and dating because it's been going like hand in hand. But it works if someone is going to make it work. I've really gotten to a space where I love my personal life and my professional life, and I will fit someone in that's worthwhile. But if he's not gonna, compromise with my life, then okay, it just doesn't work. Some people are cool with it and others are not so cool. But I don't have a lot of free time, and when I do have free time, it's valuable time to me. So if I'm placing that time, it has to make sense, and it will incorporate my family somehow because I like to use my free time with my family. So if it's like someone new, I'd be like, meet us at the festival because we're going to this festival, or meet us at the park so you can see that I have a family and we can still be chill. It's not serious. And then we go from there. But I don't like put titles and expectations on it. It's really like, if you're interested, you'll make time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes though, as a dude, when you don't want to integrate your woman into your life, or I don't want to say you don't want to, you're not ready yet. They think you're hiding something, or they think that you're ashamed of them, or whatever like that. If I remember correctly, I think it was on the All Male show. I said something. Me and Aaron, who's in our chat room, both had the same sentiments that it takes us a minute before we feel comfortable to bring a woman, into our situation. And I think it was you, Steph. You had some strong words about us, and yeah, you about in the peanut gallery. You had some strong words about us and us feeling that way.
Well, I think men like compartmentalize women, so it's a little bit different. I think the way men and women think about things is different. I think men have categories, and it's very hard to graduate out of one category. So most of the time, you're either going to start in the I just want to sleep with you, or I just want to hang out with you category. And then if you're in the I just want to hang out with you and get to know you, you can graduate. But if the guy just wants to sleep with you, you can't graduate out of that.
Hmm.
They're gonna be there forever, like most of the time.
But
That's how men are.
but our default position is I want to sleep with you. So
right.
No, I'm saying they will accept that.
Right.
But some women, it's like, okay, you're only going to be that type of the women that they only want to sleep with, period. Because there's women that they just want to call at 10 o'clock and come over. There's just women that fit that category. You can never get out of that box. You will never get out of the booty call box.
But
it just won't happen.
But you know what though? There is women do that too though. Because I've heard women.
I'm not saying that they don't, but I think men do it more. Like I feel like that's just the way men are.
Oh, that's the way we is, huh? You ain't never heard a woman say, you know what, Jack, you know, I can never date him, but I can sure do X, Y, and Z with him. You know what X, Y, and Z is. So I've heard that. X, Y, Z. He can bring
Angie,
he can bring the
married.
ding dong, but I don't want to necessarily talk to him after that.
I think that may be true for a lot. There's people that you're going to be sexually attracted to, but I just think men, just like how men can have sex without love, they compartmentalize certain women in a certain way, and that's just what I think.
That's true. But you know, also too, love is something that, you know, comes over time. I don't believe in the love at first sight thing. I think it's lust at first sight. But I know, you know, all of our astrology people are going to say that when Mercury and Uranus collide, you know, whatever. But
That's interesting.
When your anus collide, what? Did you say when your anus collide?
You said Uranus.
Oh, I was
Uranus.
like, wait a minute, I must have been half asleep. You said your anus. What your anus got to do with love at first sight? Sorry.
You see, Angie would be the one who would think of that.
I sure did. Sorry.
yes. So I don't know. You know, I think that is something that,
I've heard of that though. What Stephanie is talking about.
oh,
Like I've heard situations wherein a guy will say she started off as a jump off and she thought that if she had sex with me long enough that we was gonna go together, but she was in jump off zone. Like she gonna stay jump off. I've heard guys say that.
you mean like
Where they just
wifey material? You mean, right?
I mean, yeah, like for whatever reason, I think you're right, Kente, that guys, you know, the possibility of sleeping with you is always going to be something that a guy's going to be interested in. But I think that there are some situations wherein guys have categorized and said, this is all this person is going to be to me.
Yeah, well, I think that sometimes it's unfortunate, but you know, not everybody's meant to be in your life forever. So I'm talking about even friends, sometimes family members, you know, are not meant to be in your life forever. So, you know, I think my problem is
you break up.
No,
you break up with girls by like, baby, it was good what we had last night, but you know, everybody ain't meant to be in your life forever. I love you, girl.
No, I might have said that once or twice, but no. What I'm saying is,
right?
it's dishonest. Me,
that LL Cool J song.
No.
I need
when you're being dishonest.
Baby, you was just a season. See, and I think this is the thing. It's one thing. The thing where women get caught up is that the guy maybe being dishonest, or two, they don't understand their role in the man's life. If you're a jump off, you have to understand that you're a jump off,
right?
And then act like you. I mean, if he's treating you a certain way, that's how he thinks of you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just that's just what I think. I mean, it is what it is.
You know, and I heard this saying, I don't remember exactly where I heard it from, but it was something along the lines of women get into relationships with men hoping that they'll change, and men get into relationship hoping that women never will change.
They stay the same.
Right. Like I want her to stay exactly like this. Yes. And women, we get in a relationship with fixer-uppers and be like, change him.
My godmother loves a fixer. She loves a fixer-upper. She loves one. And then, you know, I feel like guys are just like, oh, she put on weight. Oh, she did this. Oh, she don't do that same thing no more. Oh, she, like, I think, like, I agree with that. I've heard people say that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you're not, especially if you're not mature, you don't understand that people change over time. Sure, you might have that mindset.
But I think I said it 2 weeks ago on the show that I had a situation where, you know, the woman really changed a lot that definitely affected the relationship. You know, I know Angie can appreciate this. Stuck her from because she got super duper crazy religious during our relationship. So, and that wasn't something that I wanted to be a part of like that. So sometimes not every change is necessarily you know, good. I mean, sometimes people change for the better. Some people, you know, change for the worse too. So I can definitely understand why some people may not accept the change, you know, or change. Like I know one change that some men actually trip on is when your woman is plus size or whatever you want to use, and then
when they gain.
No, when they lose weight sometimes. When they have like that.
Oh, really?
They get that surgery, then all of a sudden they are, you know, their body.
That is a trend.
And then now they start feeling self-conscious because now you know, now when you go to the Piggly Wiggly or wherever y'all go, now he could see the eyeballs, you know, looking like maybe they didn't before. So, yeah, that happens too.
Mm-hmm. With an insecure man, yes, that will happen. He'll get a little nervous.
Yeah, because it wasn't happening before. Now it's a new reality.
No, because he picked the fat girl because he figured nobody else would want her ass. And so that makes him feel secure in the relationship. Mm-hmm. Now she's lost weight and people actually want you.
Right. So, I mean, there's a lot, you know, there's a lot of different changes that may affect people in different ways.